Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Marketing Natives. We're going to be talking about the 5-step process that you need to implement in your business to grow to 6 figures and beyond in 1 year. We're going to be talking about why too many offers is actually confusing to your audience and the benefits of focusing on one thing. All right, enjoy.
This is the Marketing Natives, providing actionable ways to grow, improve, and succeed in your business. And now, your hosts, Christian and Aaron.
So are you wearing masks everywhere, or what's the deal?
What do you mean?
I don't know, like, are you wearing masks everywhere?
I mean, to like public locations, yes.
Yeah. At home, you don't? In your car, by yourself, you don't wear masks?
No, I should send you, it's dang it, what's his name? He's a super long haired guy. He's a comedian on YouTube or whatever, but he has a whole series. It's like JL or JI or J something or whatever. It's like keeping up with whoever his name is, but his stuff is hilarious. And he just puts satire to everything. And the whole time during the pandemic, he's like making fun of things that are just kind of outrageous that people are still doing right now. He's like, there's people driving around with gloves, but then they get out of there and then they put their hands in their pockets and they put their hands on their keys and then put them into their purse. And then they put their hands on the POS system at the grocery store. And then obviously they're more sanitary than everybody else because then they take off their gloves and then go get back in their car. It's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on right now. Something that I've noticed a lot now, and you probably do too from just running, there's a lot of masks and gloves and crap just
laying
PPE,
on the ground.
Yeah, laying on the ground.
Yes, all over the place. I see 4 or 5 masks a day running.
It's insane.
Yeah, they're the medical masks, which I have like I forgot mine. I have that N95 one that I've been wearing for a while or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then Brandon gets these free medical ones. But I see those all over the place.
Yeah, like the blue surgical ones. Kind of like these.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I see these everywhere, and like gloves. Yeah, it's insane.
Gloves all over the place. Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is I see these people running with them on. I'm like, running with the gloves on and with the mask. It's like, one, I run to give people context. I run at like 5:30 in the morning. So that your chances of running into somebody extremely low. And then you running by yourself, like wearing gloves. I don't know.
Right.
But it's funny. So send us on Instagram your best picture of you wearing gloves, driving your car with your mask on.
Yes, please. I want to see this.
That'll be awesome.
All right, let's get into this. The fastest way to grow to 6 figures and beyond.
Yeah. It's going to be a super exciting episode. I've taught on this quite a few times, and everybody is like, wow, this just makes so much sense. The problem is, I think it takes, like, you guys should listen to this podcast. I'll tell you now, like, probably 3 or 4 times because it's going to take you that long before you realize, okay, I need to implement this. Because it's so fun to chase those shiny objects. So listen to podcast episode 163 where we talk about mindset, then strategy, then tactics. And I think so many people get caught up in the tactics, and this is to help alleviate that. So to give some context, our first year in business, and we'll talk about 6 figures, we started our first like year of like making money was February of 2016, like where we actually calculated it. Before that, we were glorified freelancers and we got paid like checks and cash or whatever and reported it that way. So I really don't even know. It was like 6 months. Mm-hmm. But I think we did close to like 80-ish, maybe 85,000 or so from February of 2016 till the end of the year. And we really didn't know what the heck we were doing. So we were close to 6 figures. And then every year since that, we've obviously done 6 figures and higher. But, and I guess we'll talk about this at a later episode, which is how we did that. But it was a lot of work and a ton of work to be able to do that. But this is a method that was taught to us or that I've learned through Greg, who owns a course that we purchased. And he got it from somebody else who got it from somebody else. So really, I don't know where to give credit to this. So if you listen to this podcast, person who created this, let us know. But it's basically called the 5 1s. And it's the one thing that you need to do for 5 areas of your business to grow to 6 figures and beyond. So if you're already at 6 figures, don't worry. Will help you too. I think after 7 figures, it's no longer, like if you want to get to 8 figures, you obviously need to grab a new set of rules. But for most people listening, you're 5 figures trying to get to 6 or 6 trying to get to 7. This is perfect for you so you can kind of chime in. But number one here, ironically, the one thing that you have to do is focus on one audience, like one group of people that you're talking to, which is, I mean, hopefully you guys listening you are a local business owner. If you're not a local business owner, thanks for listening. But our audience is local business owners. That's who we're focused on.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to also niche down and kind of niche down even another level.
Yeah, 2 more levels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I mean, we did this at the very beginning where, everyone and anyone was our ideal client. So that's a very, very important exercise to do very early on, is to figure out, who your audience is, and then niche down a little bit more. Because it's really going to help you in the long run.
There was so Noah Kagan, we've mentioned him a lot. I was just listening on my way over to the office. He was interviewing the guy who created Lululemon. And they created a business off of only creating leggings for women. And if you guys remember, like, what was it, 2008, 2009, that just like blew up. Every guy in the world knew that leggings came about, and Lululemon was like, a savior, because everybody was walking around with leggings from Lululemon on. But they grew a multi-billion-dollar company by just focusing on leggings for women. So it's like literally our audience is women who need leggings, and like sports, they kind of focused on like the athletic kind of women. And then they kind of spread to where it was much bigger. My point is that he focused on one audience, one group of people. Now they do stuff from all over. So like you and I could go buy Lululemon boxers and underwear and t-shirts and stuff. So they now carry it to guys, but they started really, really focusing in on that one audience.
Yeah. I have a couple of shorts. They're pretty
comfy. That's the number one thing that people say, is that they are comfy. Like their clothing may be a little bit more expensive. They're like $60 shorts or something like that, maybe more. I don't know. But they're durable, they last a long time, and they're comfortable. So, and I guess for us, like the one audience, like I said, is those local business owners. But we were also, and even so, like we've really niched down to like service-based business owners. At least for one of our programs, like is service-based business owners. Those are the people who are serving other people. And I think for the most part, they're service-based. 80% of most of them are B2B or B, I guess mainly B2C. Sorry. But regardless, we're looking for people who book appointments or like close consultations or anything like that, who are in the service-based business. Like that's the area that we help people. And we probably can niche down even more and say like, all right, we love working with people in the fitness arena, or we love people or like the medical and fitness. And we can niche down even more. But regardless, if you get this 80% the way correct, that's what we're looking for here. So number one is audience.
Yeah. So I mean, this method, it's intended to give you as much, I guess, cash, right? As possible. Just niching down on that one thing, those 5 ones. And I think what you're saying is like, when you start going beyond that, then you could have multiple 5 ones, right? Where you're sort of executing those in the same area or at the same time, different fashions, right? So what we're telling you right now, one audience, niche down, figure that out for yourself, and don't worry about if you offer some other things or whatever right now. You could still probably offer those, kind of keep it in the back pocket, but you need to focus on this one thing right now.
Yeah. It will make more sense when we give you the very last one. So stick around for the last one, because that's probably the most important of what you need to do, or like it'll give you an idea of the amount of time. You're like, oh, I don't want to stick around for one audience for the rest of my business. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
So the next thing you need to do, or the next one, is a conversion method. And by that, I mean, whether it's going to be like you message them on Instagram, or whether you talk to them over the phone, like however it is, you're going to convert them. Most of the time, it could be over Zoom, it could be a webinar, it could be whatever it is. You could have one conversion method.
Or
yeah. What did you say?
A demo.
Yeah.
Schedule a
showing
demo.
the products or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. But figure out what that is for you. If you're really good at closing people on the phone, like talking to them, if you're one of those people who say, oh, if I could just talk to them, I'm going to close that deal, then figure out a way to talk to them. If you're
I think early on, we did say that if we do the proposals, remember, like in person and talk to them, we had a higher closing rate than just sending a proposal via email and just having a nice message in there. And that was it. It's not maybe the conversion method, but it was just an idea that I thought like that's something that we switched because we knew that we were able to close people
Yeah.
better.
And we have a little bit different method now, but yeah, absolutely. And especially starting out, I would say you should do video or jump on a phone call with as many people who are your ideal clients as possible. Because even if you don't close the deal, you're going to find out stuff and learn. So, but choose one conversion method. Absolutely.
Yep. The next number one is one platform / traffic source. So we're talking about Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and even more in depth, like you could say
Podcast.
Yeah. Or Instagram stories or, so even if you choose, one platform, let's say Facebook, there's still a lot of different things inside of Facebook where
Messenger.
you can still, go in a little bit deeper. And I think this goes back to your conversion method, and it goes back again to the audience, right? It plays a role into what you're going to end up choosing.
I think with the traffic source, it should also be something that, like you said, your audience is at, but also that you know. So you're not learning. Like if you're starting out, you should know the platform somewhat. Like if you're afraid of video, then you probably shouldn't start with video. If you don't understand Facebook, maybe you don't start with Facebook. If your audience is listening to podcasts and you're more sophisticated audience or whatever, like those of you who are listening, you're more sophisticated than somebody who's just on Facebook or Twitter. It's just what data tells us. Then you could do a podcast. I know a guy who literally grew a multiple 7-figure business, and what was it? Joe Rogan just did a deal for $100 million for Spotify. So you could grow a business on just a podcast. So pick one platform or traffic source and just stay there. That's it. You don't have to be everywhere. We'll talk about that stuff a little bit later. Hey, local business owners, if you're ready to grow your business online without having to work more in your business and you can spend more time on it, we created a free training on how to attract, qualify, and convert more leads online. It's 38 minutes. It's going to take a little bit of your time, but it's going to have a huge benefit. It's completely free. Make sure you click below in the description, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on the podcast, everything's there that you need. Go grab the training now. All right, we're back. So the next one, number 4, the fourth one is one offer. So for us, it's we have a free training, which you guys probably just learned about. You could have, it's also those things where it's like, buy one, get one, or for $299 or for $6,000, you get this, whatever. It doesn't matter. What's your one offer? If you're a dentist, it's like, free Invisalign for every new patient.
Teeth whitening.
Yes.
They
Teeth
do
whitening is probably a little bit. Yeah, they do that all the time. They send me stuff. Dentists send the expensive, like, little plastic things in the mail. Do you get those? It's like, where you break it off, it's like detached.
I don't know. I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's like, there's a company here in Allen. I'm like, you should be doing ads with us because I don't want to know how much it costs for you to spend it. I mean, it's like literally a piece of plastic you have to like tear off, and they're like like a debit card kind of.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. So expensive.
Dang.
So anyway, free whitening. A chiropractor could be like a free assessment, a financial advisor, a free consultation. So just pick one offer. You don't need to do like a free consultation. And if you today, get this, whatever. It's like, no, just do one offer that it resonates with and just run it. That's it.
Is a lead magnet an offer or part of an option for an offer?
You can do that for sure. As long as they're giving, exactly, a free consultation. Great, book your free consultation, and that could be a lead magnet. It could. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I would use this one. Why not? But don't overcomplicate the offer. Like, if you can't, like, if somebody, for example, you always know that. Well, you don't always know. I just remember in college anyway. It was like CC's. If you use this coupon, their offer was like, get pizza for $5 and you get a free drink. Like, that was their offer. I don't remember anything else other than, dang, that, like, it's free pizza. But that was their offer, and that's what they used. And they didn't have a ton of other things. It was just more like, students get a free drink with a purchase. And I was like, okay, cool. That's my offer.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, exactly. And they got customers.
Interesting. So we have audience, one conversion method, one platform or traffic source, one offer. What's the fifth one?
Time period. We only ask that you do this for 1 year. So we're over half the way through 2020, which you guys probably realize if you listen to this after 2020, like 2020 just flew by because it was like January, February, March, and then like a bunch of scribbly lines of what's going on because it's just crazy with the world pandemic. But doing it for 1 year really is not that long. Like year one in your business is going to pass no matter what. And what you realize whenever you get to year two, you're going to listen back to this and you'll be like, dang, those guys were right. I'm already on year two. I don't even remember what happened in year one. But do this for 1 year and then you can expand. So like Christian said, you may move into a second audience or you may move into a second conversion method. But do this for 1 year. Your goal is probably to get to 6 figures. If you want to get to 6 figures, you follow this process. If you don't, then you continue to do the day-to-day stuff and, offer to everybody who gives you money. And on the front end, it's going to work well. Like you may make a bunch of money for 2 or 3 months, but then you'll plateau. Like this allows you to scale to the 6 figures and like I said, beyond. So do it for 1 year. And then after that, you can readdress, change a few things up. Maybe you have different offers. Maybe you have different platforms, whatever it is, but just do it for 1 year. That's the goal, to get to 6 figures. And then the next time you alter it and you do that thing for 1 year, it's not like after a year, change it from 1 audience to 12 audiences. This is what I was going to do before. No, it's just slowly add on to it.
So, I mean, let's say 6 months into it, that I guess people are telling you that the offer is just not juicy enough.
Right. It's not good.
Do you change that or do you just kind of suffer through
No.
that 1 year?
You change the offer. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not saying like you have to be rigid. I think it's more of like, this is a testing, but then that's when your year would start.
It's more about focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
Rather than, I'm going to test 16 different things as my offer and see which one's going to be the best one.
Yeah. And it's also, like you said, it's the focus part, but it's around the fact that if you aren't like focusing on something, then you're going to run off into different directions and people are going to be super confused by what you're doing. So then you're potentially not going to be in business, because I can't remember what it is, but the percentage of people who even get to year 3 or to year 5 is extremely low. So by doing this, you basically are giving yourself kind of an insurance policy to say, okay, great, I got to last a year, 2 years, and then I can also, outside of these platforms, get referrals, because I'm going to get clients who are really happy because they have a consistent message and consistent product, and then I'm going to get referrals from that too. So those are kind of like bonuses, I guess. And that's all benefit from doing one thing or one audience. I mean, doing it really well. You're going to get more of those people.
Right.
All right. We hope you guys got a lot out of this. If you are listening for the first time and you are on YouTube or our podcast, like Apple Podcasts or Facebook, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you, if you're on YouTube, you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any episodes that we put out every single week. If you're on YouTube, and if you're listening on the podcast, rather, you jump over to YouTube. We put out 2 to 3 videos every single week about how to grow your business outside of just the podcast. So make sure you jump over there. We're doing a lot of cool stuff on YouTube. And if you've been listening to this for a while, please make sure to go leave us an honest rating and review on Apple Podcasts. If you do, screenshot it, tag us in Instagram stories. We will shout you out. We'll do something. We'll make it worth your while. I don't know what we'll do, but we will definitely make it worth your while and share you with all of our audience. So we would truly appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for listening. Have an awesome day. If you're a local business owner and you want to focus on your business, we have a free training to help you attract, qualify, and convert more leads online. This will help you take the pedal off of the gas or put the pedal back on the gas, but do it with clarity so you can continue to scale your business. So if you're that local business owner and you want the free training, make sure you click the link below. If you're on the podcast, it's in the show notes. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description. And same thing on Facebook. Make sure you click that link. It's a 38-minute free training, everything that you need to help you scale your business on.
The Marketing Natives Podcast is a production of BitBranding.